125 years ago, Bram Stoker's legendary vampire Dracula was spawned. 67 years later, in 1964, another legend was born. The baby in question went by the name of Nicolas Coppola, but we know him better as Nicolas Cage. Now, if you were wondering what Cage has to do with Dracula, stick around for a few minutes. All will be revealed. And if you already know, well, just enjoy some Dracula tattoos. Bram Stoker was an author born in Ireland in 1847 and is best known for his gothic vampire horror novel, Dracula. This book would help to define the vampire mythos and would go on to inspire countless movies and shows. Nearly everything we know about vampires we owe to Bram Stoker's novel and the many film adaptations throughout the years. In the novel, English lawyer Jonathan Harker visits the Transylvanian castle of Count Dracula, intent on selling him real estate in London. Soon Harker realizes that he is a prisoner and that the Count and his brides are terrible monsters. Meanwhile in England, popular Lucy has fallen ill and everyone is worried, including best friend Mina and suitors Arthur Holmwood, Quincy Morris, and Dr. Seward, who, stumped by Lucy's ever-deteriorating condition, calls in Dr. Van Helsing. We find out about vampires, Lucy dies and then rises, and she brings a baby home for dinner. But our little group of heroes stake and behead her, all except Mina, who has gone to Budapest to meet up with and wed a recently escaped Jonathan. The Harkers join with the London crew, and the men go off to hunt and destroy the places where Dracula rests, while Mina is locked inside of Dr. Seward's mental asylum because safety. But oh no! Kooky carnivore Renfield lets in Dracula, who preys on Mina, peer pressuring her into drinking his blood. All out of his precious sleepy dirt, Dracula decides to take his ball and go home, with Scoob and the gang hot on his trail. The chase ends in Transylvania where, well, I don't want to spoil it for you. While I don't necessarily recommend the book, I do recommend the 1992 movie starring Sirius Black as Dracula. This adaptation is a bit long and tries to paint the monster in a more sympathetic light, but it does stay fairly accurate to the novel, with its biggest liberties being additions rather than changes. And it was directed by Francis Ford Coppola, whose nephew is none other than Nicolas Cage. Much like Bram Stoker was a national treasure in Victorian Britain, Nicolas Cage is a damn American hero, and he's guaranteed to act the crap out of any role that he takes. And on April 14th, 2023, we get to see his version of Dracula in Universal Studios' new movie, Renfield. This is supposed to be a blend of comedy and horror, starring former X-Man Nicholas Hoult as Renfield, Dracula's lackey. Master Cage has acted in more than 110 movies, including 1989's Vampire's Kiss, and he calls his own intense method acting style nouveau shamanic. Thanks so much for watching my eDraculation video. Leave a comment with your thoughts regarding a Nicolas Cage Dracula. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel for more tattoo-related content. And until next time, goodbye and good luck. And beware of vampires.